Hey, welcome back to What to Know Before the Show. I'm glad you stopped by again. In this video, I'm going to do a basic layout of a workshop room and tell you the different things that you need to keep in mind when you're setting up your workshop space. So when you walk into your workshop room, there's some things you want to look at, but in this video, I want to show you how to basically set up your event room so that you get the most out of the space. You can make the best connection with your audience, and you can make a great impact on your audience by how good you can make the room look and the functionality of your event room. Now let's look at this piece of flip chart paper as your workshop space. So ideally, what you're going to do is you're going to have your stage up here. That's going to be your stage. Now, check out the video on pole and drape. Really great way to have a very simple backdrop. But we're going to call this our pole and drape, so that's going to be our backdrop. And this is going to be our audience. This is going to be our seating here. And hey, you're doing big workshops. Lots of people want to come and see your content, so we're going to have lots of seating for people. Now you can also check out my video on what to know before the show of why you don't have a center aisle. But for now, we're not going to have a center aisle here. These are going to be the aisles where participants are going to be able to go in and out of the workshop room. What does that, Sid the cat? Oh, okay. He wants me to point out that your speakers are going to go here. These are going to be your speakers. Now, it's really important to have your speakers in front of you, because if you're on stage and the speakers are behind you, it's really easy to feedback, because it's basically feedback is sound in a cycle. They're going to go into the speaker, back out of your microphone, back into the speaker. That causes feedback. So for the most part, you want to stand back. You want your speakers to stand ahead of you when you're on stage. But you walk in your event room, and here's the back wall. And ideally, what you really want is you want to have your entry and exit doors at the back of the room. So when you do an offer and you say, hey, go to the back of the room, people know that, that's the back of the room, that's the exit doors, the entry doors. Also, your sales tables, I just need one more hand and this will be so much easier. Your sales and where you're going to send people back to is your staff table back here. That's going to be your offer table, so if anyone wants to sign up for your programs, it's going to be in between the back doors. And the importance of that is that throughout your event, people are going to be exiting and entering your event room and walking by your staff table, so they're going to be able to ask, it's going to be very convenient for them to ask your staff some questions. But most importantly, when you're on stage and you do your offer, you're going to say, hey, head to the back of the room, and we got staff waiting for you to sign up for our next program. It's right there. But the audience is going to get used to walking by your staff table. That's why you're going to put it right there in between the two exit and entry doors. Now, to keep your room looking kind of clean and balanced, what you want to do is you want to have your AV table. This is going to be your AV table, where all the AV gear is going to be set up. Your laptops where you're playing music out of, your wireless mic receivers are all going to be set up on the AV table. And what you can do is have another staff table. We'll call that the staff. That's going to be the staff table. Now they're mirroring each other so that your room looks balanced when people walk in it. It's not like, there's a lot of weight on this side of the room. What you want to do is just balance both sides of the room out like that. So put a staff table there, and that's another place where people could go back and ask a question. You can have staff sitting there. If you have coaches at your live event, that could be a coach's table where they could sit and be there, have access to your audience in case they need some information from your coaches. Let's say your event has projection screens. You want to have your projection screens probably right about here. And what that's going to allow is that both sides are going to be able to see them, and you want to turn your projection screens in a little bit so that they kind of go into the middle. So anyone sitting in the middle could pick a side to see what's on your projection screens. But also the people on the side get a clear view, and it's not too off-center to them, that they can see what's going on. And that's really the basis of your event room. Big or small, if this is a huge convention room or this is a small little community space, this is a real basic way to set up your event room. You've got your seating in the middle and your seating off to the sides. Your speakers are going to be up front. As we talked in one of the earlier videos about speaker positioning, you can have some front fill of speakers here in the front to really capture the sound for your audience there in the middle. Your AV table and your staff table are going to mirror each other, but you want to make sure your exit and entry doors are at the back of your room, right near your registration table or your product merchandise table back here, so that your audience has access to your information, and when you're doing your offer from stage, you say go to the back of the room, and they already know where the back of the room is, they know where your staff table is going to be, and they can go right to it. So this is a basic layout. Now you can play with this a little bit, and I'm also going to put this in a bitmap in a picture underneath this video, so if you want to copy that and take it into your event room, say, hey, I want my event room set up like this, your staff or the hotel can easily follow that. And this is a basic event room, and that's what to know before the show.